You know, that's just gonna have to fucking do me till it's over with.
Maybe the most painful thing that's happened with HIV in gay communities is that it's divided communities, and at a smaller level, divided people. I mean, it's divided couples. It's unimaginable to be that different from someone that you love. When Rob found out he was positive, it was very incidental. He was getting a visa to go somewhere, and they needed an HIV test. And he believed that he was negative. And I came home, I saw on his face that he was stricken. He said, "I'm positive." And my life has not been the same since he said that to me. I'm talking to my very old friends, John and Ella. I'm telling them about this. You know, Rob is HIV positive. Ella shrieks. And she keeps saying to me, "But what about you?" And I didn't even know what she was asking. You know, I didn't even know, she kept saying it, but I kept not answering it because I didn't know what the question was about. Finally, she just insisted on it. She said, "What about you? Are you positive?" And I realized that in a way I hadn't thought of it, that I hadn't thought of it, or I just assumed I was. But it wasn't that simple either. There was something else going on. And I thought about it, and I realized that I hoped I was. Assuming that if he was positive, well, I had to be like him about that. I mean, that I couldn't be different about something that important. So Rob wanted to get another test, and I wanted to get a test. And when I think about it, I wanted to get the test to confirm that I was positive. The county worker said, "Your test is negative." And I immediately burst into tears. It was like instantly. And I drove immediately to John and Ella's house. John answers the door, and I'm standing there like this, like, you know, "Help me." I think, you know, "Help me," and crying with it in the helmet. And John, they knew I was getting a test. And John said, "Ella, my God, Walt is positive." And he said, "No, I'm negative." And John kept saying, "Walt is positive," and I kept saying, "Negative." And when they finally understood this, I'm just reliving all of this. You know, this is like 15 years ago. "But why are you crying?" It's negative. Because I'm negative, and Rob is not. And I couldn't bear it. You know, it's just, I'm amazed at how powerful this is to me all these years later. I stood there, I wanted John to help some way. To help me for this, none of this to be true. And then 7 years later, Rob died.